What would you do if the crucifix above your desk, or the one hanging quietly on your wall, suddenly whispered your name? A single word, barely audible, but unmistakably real. Would you pray? Would you run? Or would you listen? Because once you hear it, it never stops. This November, Truth in Tales TV will not just bring you chilling dark stories of horror and history, but unholy secrets buried by time itself. We're uncovering mysteries from the past, unsolved modern conspiracies, and terrifying Vatican horrors the Church has hidden for centuries. Click on the subscribe button now, secure your place, and prepare to step into the darkness of the Vatican. They say the Vatican hides more than just secrets. Some things are buried because they still breathe. Let's go back to the year 1639. Deep beneath St. Peter's Basilica lies a labyrinth of hidden chambers, corridors carved from ancient stone, dripping with the damp breath of centuries. Rooms where no sunlight has ever touched, and the only light comes from trembling candles that refuse to burn steady, as if something unseen walks among them. Before the world knew of the Vatican archives, they were simply called the lower chambers, where forbidden manuscripts, cursed relics, and dangerous truths were locked away. It was there that a Vatican scribe named Pietro Cesari worked late into the night. A quiet man, obedient, devout. The kind of man who believed the silence of the underground was holy. The flame on his desk trembled, no wind, no draft, just a sudden shift, as if the air itself was holding its breath. And then it came. Pietro! He froze. The voice was not human. It was layered, like dozens of voices speaking in unison through stone and smoke. It came from the crucifix hanging over his desk. He stumbled backward, his heart pounding against his ribs. The figure of Christ on the cross seemed to shimmer. The head tilted slightly, the lips parting just enough to move. He ran, shouting that the crucifix had spoken. The priest dismissed him. Exhaustion, they said. Too much time in the archives, too much incense. Until morning came. Pietro was found at the altar, eyes wide open, lips frozen mid-prayer. The wax from his candle had melted into the shape of a hand reaching out. That should have been the end. But the crucifix whispered again. Giovanni. 3 nights later, Father Giovanni collapsed during Mass, dead before he hit the floor. By the end of the month, 5 names had been whispered, 5 men buried, and every priest who dared to look upon the crucifix swore they saw its eyes following them, moving slightly as they turned away. Those who tried to remove it fell ill before dawn. Fever, convulsions, whispers in their sleep. The Vatican panicked. Pope Urban VIII ordered the crucifix sealed, encased in a lead box, drenched in holy water, and buried beneath the archives. They named it in Latin, Obscura Manifestatio, the dark manifestation. Every record was destroyed, except one. The voice is not gone, it read. We have buried the sound, not silenced it. Centuries passed, but in 1921, during a quiet renovation, 2 workers uncovered a lead box wedged behind a crumbling wall. They opened it, thinking it was treasure. A single whisper escaped, faint like a sigh. Within a month, both men were dead. The one who lived long enough to speak said, "It called me by name." The crucifix was taken away, never seen again, but Vatican guards still whisper of faint murmurs echoing through the sealed corridors at night. They say the walls breathe, and sometimes they hear a voice softly calling names no one else can hear. Sometimes in Latin, sometimes in the tongue of the living. Maybe even yours. If you found this story fascinating and chilling, then maybe you haven't heard the legend of the nun who carved music notes into her own skin, or the monks who vanished after recording the voice of an angel that wasn't divine. These are real tales, lost to time, and they're waiting for you here on Truth in Tales TV. Subscribe now, if you dare, because what we tell might just whisper back.